We're creeping to the end of 2023. We're entering the month of December. So November is the breakdown that we're going to go over here next. So sit tight. There's some changes and there's going to be a few things at the very end of some market trends that I'm going to share with you that's going on in California and specifically in the county of San Luis Obispo. And we're going to get to it right now. All right, so let's get right into what has been happening in the month of November. We're approaching December, so it's getting that supposedly kind of slower time. So let's really evaluate, has it slowed down in San Luis Obispo County? So the first thing we're going to look at is the new listings. What has come on new on the market? And so here we are, we have 152 new listings in 2023. We had 153 in 2022. Let's look at the line bar here. The difference between October was 224 new listings, and in November 152. So, as to be expected, things went into escrow and sold. So we don't have that many new listings that came on in the month of November compared to October, understandably so. Let's go to active listings. So bar wise, or here, I'm kind of using this new format here, and let me know how you're liking that in the comments. So the San Luis Obispo County for 2022, we were at 512 homes actively listed that just went active, or we're still on the market active, and then it's 477 in 2023. So if we're looking at month to month comparison, we'll look at October of this year was at 492 active listings, and this month we're at 477. So again, this is information to help you figure out how the county's doing. As I've told you in the past, if there's a specific price point in a specific area, then we can definitely dial in and focus in more on that and get the numbers for you on the particular areas that you're looking in. So pending sales, what is actually in escrow? So comparing October, we had 177 homes in escrow in contract. That means people are already in contract and set to close. And this year, November, we're at 96. So again, relatively understandable. That's, Thanksgiving time. Everything kind of pushes in October for close. And if you are in escrow, you might even be closing in December. I think we're going to have, we'll see what the month of December will be like. I'm going to be curious, because there's a lot of things that we see, a lot of movement. A lot of things are still for our area are moving along nicely. So closed sales from October of 2023 was 181, and then November 151. So it's a 30 home sales difference. And let's just look at the bar graph comparing. So from 2022, we were at 155, and then 2023 at 151. So again, the closed sales for this time of year last year, relatively the same. So kind of that flatlining, in the numbers and the data here. Closed sides in sales, 2022 is 310, 2023 302. Let's look month to month comparisons here. So we have October was 362. That's a lot of sales. And then on November 302. So there you go. Closed volume. That just means how much volume closed in the whole county. This 303. You look at this big number, and then 360 from last year. So that's a significant amount too. So again, look at how much we're closing here. So average days on market. This is important for you as a buyer and a seller. Why? Because sometimes as a buyer, you come into town and you think, let's say a house was in escrow and then it fell out, and if more days on market, if it was showing 45 days and you saw that it was in escrow, and you tend to veer to the dark side, like what's wrong with the house. So we need to find out what happened, why that escrow fell apart. Variety of reasons. It could be that the house needed a significant amount of work, and that buyer didn't want to deal with it, or something personally happened in that buyer's life, or just financial, situation came up and they couldn't move forward and perform. So average days on market, good to look at, give you perspective on what's going on currently, because things aren't always flying off. Some are still, they're listed on a particular day and then they're gone over the weekend or a few days after they actually went on market during the week. So 30 days is what we're averaging in November, and then in October is 27. So we've just added a few more days for those average days on market. And if we want to compare that where we were last year, just to see how quickly they were flying off, well, there you go. It was 33 days in November last year, and then now we're at 30 days. So it's 33 to 30 days. So holding strong in our market trend currently. So this is a good one to check out, month supply. So this of course means, all right, friends, so if you're finding this information of value, be sure to give us a like. It helps other people just like you find this information, and leave us a comment. We love hearing from you. Let us know what you're thinking of this price points. What do you want to know about? What pricing are you thinking? Where are you coming from if you're moving out here to the Central Coast, specifically San Luis Obispo County? And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our future videos. Just in case you don't know, is that if we stopped putting inventory on the market today, then we would only have 2.5 months left. So in 2022, we had 2.5. This year we have 2.8. And so it's under a 6-month mark. So that just means there's 6 month supply. So that just means that we're still a strong seller's market. The sellers are still being more cooperative with buyers in the current market trend. So that's really great. We are seeing concessions. And if you want that interest rate buy down, then you can negotiate that and ask for a seller concession of $20,000, $30,000. Give them their price, just depending on what the house is asking for, what the seller needs. So we can, as a buyer, negotiate more of the interest rate buy down for you as a buyer and a seller. So we have just gone over this, so you can have an idea here what's going on. It's still pretty strong seller's market. So the average per square foot currently is $533 in the county. Last month, I don't think it's changed too much, from $546 to $533, and we can see where we were last year, and that was at $519. So inflation, cost, all the things, this makes total sense. So percentage of the list price. So this means wherever the home was listed at the very end of, before when it went into contract, this is where the pricing is. So every priced at 1 million, the offers are coming in at 99.5% of what the the list price is. But this is a percentage of the original price. So if somebody started off at $1 million and then they dropped it to 800, that's what means the difference between the last list price and the original price. So it's holding pretty strong. We're in the high 90s. No matter how you slice it, this is the kind of negotiating capabilities that you're looking at. So this means that our sellers in our area are pricing it pretty well. And if they're not, then, they're going down like 3% or so. Come into town, really pay attention that what that asking price is, it's probably relatively spot on. And we can generally spot those right now. And we're still seeing some that even in the 1.4 million or something, they might be going up maybe to, 145 or 1.5. So, and that's all across the county. So again, just take note that usually the prices that are being listed are selling right within what they need to be selling at. So doing a pretty good job at getting these priced right and moving along. What everybody likes to know is our average sales price in the county. And so in 2022, we're at $1,017,722. And in 2023, we're at 1,006,041. Let's take, I want to look at the from month to month here. So from October, 997,179, and now we've even gone up to 1,006,141. So again, this is just something for you to take note of. Again, holding pretty strong in our price points, right? So if you're looking for that big price dip in our specific county, I don't see that happening. And if the rates go up next year, they're probably going to even get higher. So contract. So this is just showing you 6 showings for a home to sell as a seller. And, you know, buyer is looking around this many homes, unless they're in a particular price point that's a little bit tighter. You're only going to see so many. So depending on where you're at, you know, if you're in the under the million, you're going to have a certain amount. Our sweet spot for our area is $1 million to $2 million. And then the 2 to on up is a whole nother bracket. To 7 is a whole nother spectrum of buyers. So all this is very specific. All this is very area focused and driven on what we can find for the particular price points that you're looking for. So again, this is really important information for you to really help you understand what our area is offering and if it's going to make sense for you. And this is why I do this, so that you can really just see the data and understand our market. We were showings per listing, showing per contract. So it took that many showings before you got into contract. And this is how many showings per listing they're getting. So it's only like 3. You know, these numbers just kind of tell you that homes go on, few people go through them, and then they go under contract and get into escrow. So we're moving along. So this is good stuff for, you know, both parties. So when you're ready to make a move on something, you know, you really need to put your best foot forward. And you know, if it's a property that you're really liking and it fits the criteria and checks the boxes, then we need to, you know, come up with a strategy so that we can get that property for you. All right, so here's really what's been going on this last month that we've seen. We've seen go under contract, which means you have something to sell. Something needs to happen in order for you to go pending, which means you don't have a sale contingency of another home. But what is great is that we are seeing sellers are accepting contingent offers on their properties. So that should be exciting for you if you're trying to move into the area and you are in negotiations on your home wherever you are coming from. If you're in that position, then this is where hopefully can have more negotiating power for you to secure a property here on the Central Coast. So as you guys know, I mean, I love doing these videos for you, but I am a licensed real estate broker here in San Luis Obispo County, the state of California. And, you know, I grew up here, raised my kids here, and I'm still here. And I like doing these videos for you to help you figure out if this area is going to work out for you. And if it is, and we're a good fit, then, you know, just need to reach out. So the next thing I wanted to let you know, let me check out my notes here, is the challenges that a lot of these deals are having is that we are seeing a lot of cash. We're seeing a lot more cash in many price points, and especially in that sweet spot here for us is that million and, you know, $1,006,000, $7, over the 2 million mark too. But those price points are, you know, really coming in hard with the cash. Now, the other thing is, if you're conventional, that's great and that's fine, and we can win an offer. I have seen it goes both ways. I'm just letting you know that more cash is in the market. However, if you are going to be conventional, and which you could be, because right now the rates just went a little under the 7% mark, which is another great that's happening right now, that just really more deals are falling out of escrow for a variety of reasons. So you should consider putting in a backup offer if you don't get the house where, you know, for whatever reason, the listing agent says, my gosh, you know, you were so close, go in backup position. Which, if you're in backup position, everything's already been negotiated. There's a contract in place. So if that first buyer goes away for whatever reason, we're like, let's get you a backup position, because if that other buyer goes away, then you just slide into first position and that house doesn't go back on to the regular market and can stir up a whole nother competitive situation, because it's Murphy's Law. You know, nobody wanted it for a while, and then it goes into escrow, and then it comes back on the market, and then more offers come in, because it's all depending on timing. Especially with the new year coming in, we're going to probably see an uptick. So again, I highly encourage you to, whoever you're working with, or if you don't get that house, and we're in negotiations, I would definitely recommend in backup position. Just let you slide right in and get the transaction going if that buyer goes away. So you could have a high probability of getting that house, even though you didn't get it the first go around. Right, and the best news that we haven't had in a long time is the interest rates have definitely improved. We're under the 7% mark. So a lot of people are getting excited about that. The projection is, our crystal ball, if you will, is saying rates will probably do a nice adjustment next year. Again, because there's a political arena going on next year. With elections and everything, something's going to be stirred up. So just expect that, and that brings prices up. So the other thing is, our conforming loan amount limits have gone up in our county, actually in the whole state of California, and the whole everything for FHA. So you are now, conforming loan amount is at $929,200. So you can borrow up to that low conforming loan amount. So that has pushed that up for that caliber of a buyer. So that is also very exciting news. So again, this information is to help you. And again, I'm here to help you in any way I can. You just have to reach out anytime, day, evening, weekends. It does not matter, because we have your back when you're moving to the Central Coast, California. So until the next video, we'll catch you later.